Merry Christmas to all of my loyal car dudes. Tis time to do the annual Christmas family car startups at the Motor household. In case you didn't realize, the Q7 is wrapped. I don't think I made a video on that, but here it is. So we got the usual cars. 2012 SsangYong Corando, 2017 Porsche Cayman, 2017 Audi Q7, 2017 BMW 740e, a lot of 2017 cars, and the 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor. So I think my cousins are wanting to leave soon, so I'll just get this one out of the way. So let's get on. So kicking things off is my uncle's 2012 SsangYong Corando. I don't think the fob is working, so I'm just gonna unlock it this way. This is my, I think, 6th year in a row doing this Christmas startups, and this car has always been there for them. Mileage check. We got 210,000. 276. Let's fire her up. A little slow, but it's not too bad. Take a quick look at the engine. It's got a 6-speed automatic. Good old 2-liter V2.0T turbo. Still putting along, no problems here. My uncle is going on 7 years with this car now, and he absolutely loves it. It's got a little wear on the seats, but it's not that bad for, 210,000 kilometers, but, it's a good car. Alright, guess that'll wrap up this one. So I think we'll finish up with the cars on the outside first. So let's go to the Raptor. This is my 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor. This, of course, replaced the beloved Toyota Prado, if you guys have been watching for a long time. Recently put PPF on this truck. I don't know if you can see the seams for it. Let's try and find a seam here. Oh, here we go. Look over here, you see the seam. So it's got PPF on the sides, and the taillights have been wrapped. Let's fire her up. Just past 15,000 kilometers. If this truck hadn't been sitting for about 2 and a bit months during the coronavirus lockdown, we would probably have maybe 17,000, 18,000 on it. So let's put that into perspective. But yeah, so my friend Arindu gave me this little unicorn, and my friend Nadra, she gave me this little Finn, whatever you want to call it. So thank you for that. How sweet. Of course, L plates, because I don't have my license yet. I still have a permit only. 2-liter diesel, twin turbo. It's actually not as slow as people make it out to be. It just lacks a bit of high-end power. You just have to rev it out a bit, but it's not too bad. This truck and the Q7 actually were fully loaded on the 21st of December because we took a trip to Kurunagala. Me and a bunch of friends from my old school, we did a charity thing. So we had boxes, we had a convoy of 5 cars. We had this car, the Q7, my dad's old Audi A8, because the guy who bought our old A8, actually organized this thing. A Land Rover Defender and a Land Rover Discovery 4. All 5 cars packed to the brim with boxes and donations and stuff. If I have any pictures and stuff, I'll post. And we helped a good, I think 60 families or something like that up in Kurunagalan who are affected by the virus. So that was our Christmas deed for 2020. But yeah, no issues with this truck so far. I'm expecting the gearbox to fail any moment now, because as we know, Ford transmissions are not the best, but you know, it is what it is. 10 speed is a great box. On the trip, actually, I averaged about 8.5 kilometers per liter. That was a bit of highway driving and some back roads, so we were doing about 80-90 most of the way. So fuel economy was pretty good. And love the seats. Seats are great. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Not much else to report on the trusty big red Raptor. So yeah, go on to the next car. Okay, in the wise words of Broro Car Whiz, number next, we have my dad's 2017 Porsche 718 Cayman. He's sort of thinking of selling this car. He like sort of wants to upgrade to a 911, but I was like, nah. This car, and there was one more red car that came in the same container. Those were the first 2 Caymans, 718 Caymans in the country. So I'm like, nah, just keep it. Just why not? It's fine. I don't know if I showed this, but we did get red seats. Basically, these are just red leather seat covers over the original seats. Got this done in July. And of course, the AWE tuning straight pipe. This car is parked outside. It's never parked outside, but it's parked outside today because I had to put the Q7 in the garage to load up some stuff to take to church this morning. All these cars are warm except the Beamer. So this one should still be kind of a cold start. Let's hear. Yep, no issues here. So going on 4 years with this car now, in January. Believe it or not, this is actually the oldest car in the house. It's hard to believe, but it is. And 4 years of ownership, we got 10,060 kilometers. So puts that into perspective how much we drive this thing. This car is technically over 4 years old because it was built on the 28th of November 2016. So, but we got it in January of 2017. But it really doesn't get driven much. I've actually, since I got my permit, I've been driving it a lot. I try and thrash it as much as I can, which is why the fuel economy is absolutely terrible. If you drive this car sensibly, you can actually get really good fuel economy out of it. You can probably get about 10 kilometers per liter on the highway if you like properly like drive it normally on cruise control. If you thrash it like your trousers are on fire, like I do, you're not going to see anything close to that. But, you know, it's still a nice little sports car. So, got the 2020 essentials here, hand sanitizer and mask. But, yeah, loving the red seats, and this car is soon to be wrapped. So this is probably the last time you guys will ever see this car in its beautiful metallic GT silver color. So enjoy it whilst you can see it. I'm not gonna say what color it's being wrapped, but alrighty, now we have the 2017 Audi Q7, but from the front it's an RS Q7, and from the back it's an SQ7. My dad has fallen victim to badging it, unfortunately, but oh well. So obviously, if you guys know, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, this car was originally white, but my dad recently wrapped it I say my dad wanted to, he paid someone to do it. Pink Auto Shop, they did it. To wrap it in this beautiful satin red, which I think suits the car's grille and wheels perfectly. So yeah, and then he got the outer door surrounds also in black. They were this color. They didn't finish it because I urgently needed this car for the Kuranagula trip. So like literally the day before we left, this car was in the shop getting like these things done, the sills. So I called him like, hey, I need this car urgently. Could you just have it ready, like roadworthy, back together, so that I can take it on the trip and then come back and give it to you later. So still have yet to do that. If I have a picture, I'll show that the entire back of the car was fully packed. The cargo cover is missing. It's actually at my friend's house, the guy who has the A8. It's still there. I have to go pick it up, but yeah, brown interior. The original color was actually called Glacier White. So let's fire her up. Virtual cockpit. Come on, there you go. I love doing this. That's so funny. This is the, what is it, third year in a row? 2018, 19, 20. Yeah, I failed maths for a reason. Third year in a row with this car being in Christmas startups. Let's pop the hood, take a good look at it. This of course is the trusted family hauler, unless we're doing like someplace to the beach or we're taking the dog, in which case we would take the Raptor instead. I don't know what got into my dad and what made him want to wrap this car, because he's never been one to wrap his cars ever. So it's quite weird. I don't know what's got into him, but you know, I'm not complaining. This has Audi's 2-liter engine, and now that I've started driving this car a lot, I can sort of see why people give this engine crap. It's fast, like on low end. It's about a 6.8 second car, I believe, to 60. And yesterday I was on the highway and I was thrashing it, probably doing like 150, 160 kilometers an hour, not miles. And that's when you could really feel the engine starting to strain. So I get that if you're cruising on the Autobahn a lot, that this engine is not really the best. But just for around town and like normal highway speeds, it's really more than adequate. I already showed the back, but yeah. My good old trusty L plate, because permit life. So yeah, my dad loves this car, absolutely loves it. He was thinking of selling it to get the new Mercedes GLE, but nah, like this is perfectly fine. I don't think we need to sell it already. We've only had it 2.5 years. The Prado, like, okay, so it's kind of complicated. The Prado was supposed to replace the Prado, but we never ended up selling the Prado after we got this. We had the Prado for a good year and a bit after we got this, and then it was basically the Raptor that replaced the Prado. So this car was sort of just added to the fleet. And there's really no need to sell it. There's nothing wrong with it. I like it. It's a very good car. Like if you're on the used market in Sri Lanka looking for a good luxury family hauler, like you really cannot go wrong with these cars. The X5s, you'll see a lot of air suspension issues. Like every single person I know who has an X5 has had air suspension failure. I haven't heard so much on these cars, but you really can't go wrong with these. They're great SUVs. Okay, and last but certainly not least, my mother's car, technically, because she's really the person who uses this the most. A 2017 BMW 740e e-drive. This, of course, replaced, if you guys have been watching for a while, this, of course, replaced the 2014 Audi A8. And I'm getting a phone. Alright, I might have to expedite this because my father just called me saying we're exchanging gifts, so let me get the key out of my pocket. I wish these the BMWs here had the little like beep beep noise when you unlock it. It's like beep beep. Like I think they had that in the States. I quite like that. This car is really fast. Like it's really properly quick. on the, like, off the line, this can easily beat the Porsche. I'm not even joking. And it's so addictive. Like, whenever I drive this car, I have to just put my foot down because it's so addictive. Oh yeah, I have to unplug it. Yes, I forgot about that. It's a plug-in hybrid. Yeah. This car actually has ceramic coating. So it's not PPF per se. I think I'd prefer PPF, but my dad went with ceramic coating for this car, so. Fire her up. Here we go, cold start. This car also sat for, actually this car didn't sit that long. This car sat for only a month before we got a curfew pass back in May. So this was the one that was being used during lockdown. Good old 2-liter. It's got 322 horsepower and 360 something foot-pounds of torque. But yeah, it's a good old Luxo barge. Haven't taken many road trips in it because the trunk space is not the best. It's way better than our A8 was. Our A8 was absolutely horrible. I remember when that car came on the trip with us to Kurunagala, like we could barely fit anything in the back. But yeah, this is at least a little better. I am going to go exchange the gifts and shut this one off. So yeah guys, thank you all so much for watching. I know 2020 has been quite a roller coaster of a year, but you know, it is what it is. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you can't make it, be with your family. I'm sorry. I hope you enjoy Christmas being somewhat alone. Nobody deserves to be alone on Christmas, but you know, this year we have to make some, I guess, changes in our traditions. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Merry Christmas guys, take care.